If you're wondering how to make your makeup last all night, especially when you're enjoying Navratri, Garbha or any celebration, you do not need to be worrying about touch-ups. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you step by step on how to do that. This routine will help you beat the heat, humidity and sweat. So if you're ready, let's get started with today's video. Skin prep is going to be make or break, and I'm using the Caudalie Vino Perfect Serum for any dark spots. You can see that my skin has got a bit of dark spots, so I've been working hard to get rid of them eventually. With this technique, you have to always remember to press in all your products no matter what you're using instead of just rubbing it all over the skin. Next, I'm going to be using one of my favorite pigment solutions. This one gives me results in a week, and I have been trying this, and I use this the minute I get any acne. And again, I'm rubbing this into the skin, but eventually I'll start pressing this in. And then for hydration, I'm going in with the Medicube Pink Peptide Serum, and I'm applying this on the skin. This will give you that hydrated glow from within look. And for moisturizer, I'm using this Multi-Action Cream by Calism. All the products are linked in the description box, and there's a discount code for you too. Now for primer, I'm using the Denasa Myrix Universal Blurring Balm, and now I'm going to be applying this with a flat brush onto areas where I can see maximum pores. Again, you can see I'm not swiping the product on the skin, instead I'm pressing it all in. So I'm focusing on the inner parts of the face and then I'm moving outwards. Press this in on the nose if you have got texture there. And don't forget to blur the forehead lines. Now I'm going ahead and applying it on the perimeter of the face in case I've got any texture, which I do. You can even pat this in with your fingers. Next up, I'm using the Huda Beauty Corrector in the shade Peach, and I'm applying this to any hyperpigmentation and dark circles that I have. This is very pigmented, so you do not need to use too much product. Now I'm going in with the Tir Mask Fit spray, and I'm spraying this all over the skin. I'm waiting for it to dry a bit, and then I'm using the brush and blending it out. Remember, you do not want coverage from the corrector. Instead, you want it to neutralize any darkness. Again, you want to use pressing motions and not swiping or rubbing motions. Your base makeup may take much more time than usual, but this is normal if you want your makeup to last longer. So you can see how this peach is acting well to get rid of any darkness that I have. Dabbing it into the skin will make it more long lasting while giving you a better coverage too. Now for foundation, I'm using this one by Givenchy, and that is the amount I'll be using. Now with a flat brush, I'm going to be starting from the inner part of the face and then blending that outwards. The technique that I'm using is swiping motions at the moment, but then later on, we're going to start pressing the foundation in. Now there you can see how much pressure I'm applying on the brush, and I'm pressing this into the skin. This is going to make all the difference in your base routine, so please spend some more time at this step. You can dab it into the nose as well. I can see that most of you are not subscribed to my channel, but you're enjoying my content, so please make sure you're hitting the subscribe button. I'm doing the same technique on the forehead, but with lesser product. So again, start from the inner part of the face and blend outwards. That is usually where you need more product. Apply that on the nose and then start stippling it in. I do this technique for all my makeup clients, and that makes their makeup last much more longer than the usual. And you can do this with any foundation. But if you're interested in the ones that I have, they're all linked in the description box below. And now that's foundation done. Now for concealer, I'm using the NARS Soft Matte Concealer in the shade Biscuit with a concealer brush. And now I'm blending out the edges with my foundation brush. Press the concealer in on any darkness and blend. This is a very creamy concealer, so you do not need too much product either. You can use the warmth of your fingers to blend it out to make it more natural looking. Apply this to the inner corner of the eye to get rid of any shadows. Now do the same for any hyperpigmentation that you have. If you're enjoying this video so far, please do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel too. Now I'm going in with the Tetris spray again, and I'm applying this on the skin. And using my foundation brush, I'm going to be pressing that in again. You're going to be using your spray a bit more, so keep it beside you. And now let's start with the eyebrows. I'm using the ABH Brow Wiz pencil in the shade Dark Brown. First, I'm combing out the brows to get rid of any foundation that might have gone inside, and then I'm filling it in. Create short but hair-like strokes in the front so that the brow doesn't look too harsh. Always keep blending out the color. You can see how the brows are getting defined now. Next, use a strong hold brow gel like the Rare Beauty one and apply that on the brow hair. Remember, we want our brows to stay in place for the entire day too. Now with the NARS concealer, I'm going to be applying this on the eyelid. This is the first step to prepping for eyeshadow. Next, go in with your setting powder that you normally have, coat a brush and then set the eyelids. This is very important because this will not move your eyeshadow at all. Blending will become much easier too. Take your time at this step because this is important as well. Now you can go in with any brown eyeshadow and using a light brown shade, apply this to the outer corner of the eye. And then blend it into the crease. You can build up the color as much as you like, but make sure it's a light brown shade. So again, apply the brown shadow to the outer corner of the eye in a V-like shape. Blend that into the crease. And now with a more precise brush and a darker brown shade, apply that close to the lash line. I'm trying to make it smoky here. And then blend it with the previous brush. Applying it close to the lash line will make your eyes more defined. Now with a smudge-proof kajal pencil, tightline the upper lash line. And don't forget to apply a slight liner on the base of your lashes. Now blend that out slightly with a smudge brush. Next, apply this close to the lashes on the bottom lash line. Avoid applying it on the waterline so that it won't smudge. And you can see this is where I'm applying the kajal. Back in with your brown shade, apply maximum product at the outer corner of the bottom lash line. And then with whatever's on the brush, bring it towards the inner corner. Now I like to add a bit of shimmer, so I've just taken a dark brown shade and I'm applying this on the eyelid. And that is your eyeshadow done. Doesn't this look gorgeous? Now let's go on to the face. For bronzer, I'm using this Rare Beauty bronzing stick and I'm applying this where the sun would naturally hit my skin. You can use cream or liquid at this stage and then with a brush, blend that in. Again, press the product in and do not swipe. Now for blush, I'm using this one by Mob Beauty and Monica. I'm evenly coating the brush and applying this on the skin. That color is just stunning on my skin tone. And with your foundation brush, just blend out the edges. Now I'm going to set all my cream products with powder and I'm going in with this shade and setting the bronzer. This will just keep your makeup intact and it will not move at all. I'm going to do the same for the blush and I'm applying this just on top of the previous cream blush. That looks absolutely stunning. For highlighter, I'm using a precise brush and applying this only onto the bridge of the nose. You do not want to look oily or greasy at the end of the day, so only apply it to the high points. Now we're going to start with powder, but before that I want you to remove out any creases that are there on the skin. Now take your powder puff, dab it into your powder and make sure you're evenly coating it at the back of your hand. Once you're done, set the face. Look at how it's brightening the under eye and also setting it. Again, you want to press the product in, do not swipe, swirl or rub. Now let's go ahead and apply some mascara, but before that, let's curl our lashes. My waterproof mascara just got over, so I'm just using the normal Sky High mascara. But when you're doing a look, make sure your mascara is waterproof. Now with our tea tree spray, let's go ahead and melt all the powder in. For lips, I'm using the Huda Beauty Lip Contour in the shade Rosewood and I'm lining the lips. To make your lipstick last longer, I also fill in the lip liner. For the next step, you can either use a lipstick, a matte lipstick, any kind of lipstick, but I'm going in with a gloss and I'm applying this on the lips. I do not personally mind reapplying my gloss during the day, but if you do not like it, go in with a lipstick. And now that you've stayed with me, use a fixing spray at the end of all of this and apply that on the skin. Yes, that is strong. But make sure you're covering every aspect of the face properly. And now see what happens on paper. No transfer. And there you go guys, this is the long-lasting makeup tutorial that you all had requested. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.